We were driving.
Hello.
I don't think we need to record.
Hello, Sean.
Hi.
Hey,
I don't think we need to record. Hello.
we
Hello,
might have
Colleen.
I don't know what's up. Yeah.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday top-up. We'll have to find a name for this. You know,
Yes.
Wacky Wednesday or something like that. But I think I did name it once before, Working Wednesday. So we'll keep to the Working Wednesday part. And we'll have the feedback from Bloemfontein. There were a few of us that went up there. What are we? Five out of the 6 of us that were there are on this call tonight. So I'm not going to do all the talking. I'm going to try and boot up my notes over here, which this time I think I can almost read. Makes a big difference if you're doing things. There we go. If you're typing stuff instead of trying to write it and figuring out, what did I write there last time?
Yeah,
So
you're very smart, Sean.
that did make a bit of a difference this year. And I was very pleased about that. So
then you can do all the talking.
no,
Absolutely.
no, it was a fantastic Bloem, as always. Yeah, Blooms are, in my opinion, vital. I know John and Debbie used to tell me that back in the early days when I said no, and I looked for any other excuse not to go there. But it's a vital boost. And you know, you can get something like this on Zoom, but it's not the same as when you're there, when you get to talk to people, when you get to interact with people. And there were, what, 5 different countries over there? We had people from South Africa, we had people from Namibia, Mozambique, Tanzania,
Kenya.
I think Kenya was there as well. There was actually
USA.
yeah, and the
USA.
States, yes. So there were at least 5 different countries over there. And you wonder what our excuse was. Because I think the South African group was the smallest group. And put that into perspective, there were, what, over 1,000 people there? So, yeah, Bloemfontein is cold. But we survived. Yes, well, for some of us that come from warmer climes, it was cold, okay? But that room was hot. The talks were amazing, as always. We had a lot of very informative. Bloemfontein isn't all recognition. It isn't just, yeah, there's a lot of fun over there as well. But it's learning. And the way that Charlie structures it, it's learning from those who are doing. Some of us didn't talk because we don't do. So people who are doing get to talk. And we had people like Cesar, Deborah Matuku, Louis. There was Nelly and Tanya Nelly was from Namibia and Tanya was from Mozambique. More Louis. I'm just going through my list over here. Adelina from Mozambique, Gloria, and Mark Hazel. We had some of the people I'm not that familiar with. Victoria, I think, is from
Tanzania.
Tanzania. Okay, there we go. Gati Matthew.
Bingi from Tanzania.
Yeah, Bingi was there as well, but Gati Matthew, I think, was also Tanzania. I'm not too sure. And Jose Machedo was from Mozambique.
And Rami was from Dar es Salaam.
Okay, there we go. So Jose Machado is Adeline Machado's brother. And he did a very, very good job there. Then we had Bingi.
Debbie wants to talk.
Go, Debbie.
I just wanted to say that thank you, team. Charlie did phone me and asked me to talk. But that's I had to say, sorry, we can't make it.
So is he still talking to you?
Was you happy, Debbie? Okay, now we're only teasing. Just leave it at that.
But Bengi did a brilliant talk on leadership quality. And I do believe we have some of the best leaders in the business today, both on this talk as well as at Bloemfontein. We had Krishna and Bengi and Gati doing a session on the importance of goals. Maybe I should go through some of the things that we covered, which was Cesar did the dangers of cleaning products, which was very, very informative. Deborah and her panel did skincare. And then Louis and his panel did healthcare. Louis did another one on understanding labels, which I know we've covered in one of our talks before. And then Adelina and her panel did developing customers and consumers. And this is exactly what we need to do. We're not salespeople. We're not in the selling game. Yes, selling helps, but that's not where the money lies. And you want repeat customers, preferably buying from themselves.
And Amanda, what did she think? What did you think of Bloem, Amanda?
No, can I just say something before Amanda talks?
Oh, here comes it, Amanda.
Look at Amanda. Look at Amanda. Look at her. She's just glowing. Carry on, Amanda.
It must be my red top, eh? It's not me, it's the reflection. I'm just
No.
I'm just not interrupting because I tend to take over. So no, it was wonderful, you people, and it was amazing. I think one of the first impressions that were like really, it just makes you realize how much effort you guys as a team put in. Debbie, I'm referring to you organizing our wonderful accommodation and things. You know, when we got there, a person tends to take things like that for granted. You think it must be organized, it must be done, it will be done. But when we got there, there was a hiccup with one of the other teams, and it just made me realize how sharp you guys are, how organized you are, how committed you are. And all of that just makes life a lot easier. And we as a team could just enjoy what we went for, not having to worry about anything of that. So that was the first wonderful thing for me that happened. But it was a marvelous weekend, and I've learned so much. I'm so inspired. I just want to go selling.
Let's just give Debbie a hand.
Yeah, sure.
No. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
And it was a privilege to have 2 downlines, 2 legs on that, with us in that row. And to light their candles was, I'm going to cry now.
Sean, was your candle lit by Alta?
Yep.
Yes, I said to him, you must go. Debbie and John is not there.
Yeah, well done, Ansi. That's good. That's good.
Thank you, Sean.
Good. Mandy, what part of it did you enjoy?
Well, for one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed was I got to see my lady that I shared a room with last year, Maggie. She's the little African lady from Nelspruit area. And when we were together in the room last year sharing the hostel room, she was a senior manager just like me. But she's been to Sun City, and she is obviously a Sapphire director now to have got there. And you could hear, even though she's a qualified teacher, all right, she's on pension now, but she was absolutely in awe with what happened at Sun City, the food, the room, and everything. So, yes, if she can do it, then I can do it too. And it was a good kick up the arse for me.
Well done. So you don't mind if I
Uh,
put on my sharp shoes?
There's a helping hand. No problem.
Yeah. Ansie?
Ooh, for me, it was amazing. Thank you all for your company and love. It was awesome. Yeah, the first panel was about attitude, and we all know about attitude. And if we want to change lives, we must be positive. We must be ourselves. And if you're not positive, you can't pretend that you're positive, because it will come out how you interact with people and what you do. And we must just be grateful for this opportunity and for the person who crossed your path and give it to you. So I once again realize it's a sin to play around with this. This is serious business, because it impacts your life and the life of others. So we must be grateful. And we mustn't wait for our upline to say, do this, do that. Because it's our own business, we must take ownership, and we must mix with positive people. And our thoughts are very, very important. Because what we think is how we're going to react. And also, of course, self-talk is very, very important, and nobody else can motivate you. You only self can motivate yourself. And we must remember that we, as Charlie always say, we invest in people. And the Eagle team, they give us the support, and you love the products and the website and all of that. And as Ronnie said, or somebody, we must live in the present, or maybe it was Gracia or Alice. We've got two voices on our shoulders. One say you can't do it, and the other one say you can do it. But we must look in the mirror, and that what you see in the mirror, that is how you will interact with people. So while you look in the mirror, just give a smile and say, I can do it. And live in the moment, be present, and say, I'm a qualified senior manager, I'm going to director. And there's lots and lots more. Thank you very
Good, thank you.
much.
And Jenny P.
Yeah, all I can say is wow. From the accommodation, as Amanda said, that was fantastic. You'd swear that those people knew us from many years ago, the way they just accommodated us. Even coming in, we had hot breakfast at 6:45 on Sunday morning, and it was so accommodating. It was just wow. Even the parking was safe, the rooms were clean, everything was absolutely wonderful. And it makes such a difference when we're all together in one place, eating together, sitting, socializing together. I think that's part of Bloem, not just the sessions. The sessions are, well, we can't do without the sessions, but that's socializing. We here are all together in one room, but we can't hug each other. We can't sit and laugh and talk over the cup of coffee and just be with each other, forming that relationship. As we were told, it's a relationship business. And for us to be here together, we are in a family. We're the Osprey family. And it's just, I mean, you get to Bloem and it's just so nice just to see everybody, hug everybody. I've got two families, so the other family as well, I went and greeted them, and everybody just hugged and was so pleased to see each other. And it just is proving that Neolife is a relationship family. And as somebody said, where was it? Where I've just seen it now in my little notes here. We must change our lifestyle and change our life. And Neolife, we can't help but to change our life if we join Neolife. The positivity with Beauty coming here. She had to get onto a taxi on Monday morning in the pouring rain. I took her to her taxi rank. She then had to go to King Williamstown, and it rained all the way, and that is a horrendous road. Then she had to go from King to Butterworth, and she said they could only crawl in this taxi, and then they came across an accident that had just seconds before that happened at Carbridge. She eventually got home to the taxi rank in Butterworth and offloaded her suitcase at a friend's place right there at the taxi rank. And it was like a kilometer that she had to walk home. But in that few minutes that she walked home, it tippled down with rain. She said she was wet to the panty. But when she phoned to say that she had arrived, she said, just by being with all of you, I'm still on fire. I'm so hot. I've got changed. I'm in warm clothes. I'm drinking coffee, but I am so on fire because of being with you all for the weekend. And just that makes it all worthwhile. We've got to sacrifice. I mean, I walked out of my house undercover, got into the car, drove to Bloem. When I came back, I pulled the car in undercover and walked inside. I didn't get wet. That's no sacrifice. To her and to many others was a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Enoch from Mark and them came across a stranded lady or three ladies in a car on the way back to Grahamstown who could not get their tire. They couldn't get a flat tire off the car to put another tire on. And eventually, between Mark and Enoch, they managed to get the tire off, but they didn't have a spare. So Enoch said, wait, his one will fit, but it's at home in his bakkie because he was riding with Mark. They had to ride back to Grahamstown. He then went and fetched his bakkie and the tire. He came back. The tire didn't fit.
Oh, no.
So he took the people home, and he got home to his bed past 3 on Monday morning. And he was at personal development at 8 on Zoom. He then went and took the people and took them back to their car and sorted them out. That is what Neolife does to people. We are the caring people. And yes, they were the Grahamstown team, but that I'm sure our team will do exactly the same. That is what Neolife does to us. And when you go to Bloem, you learn those things. You hear the attitude talks. You hear that the positive attitude is very important all day, 24 hours a day. The way you dress. I often tease when we have Zoom, I only have to dress smart from here upwards, but you've got to be smart from here down to your toes, and with that attitude all around you. If I came here to Zoom, nobody will be very interested in what I'm saying. And at Bloem, I don't know how some of us can just sit there with a straight face and not dance, because you have to go to Bloem to line dance, people. It is like, wow! Come on, you
No, Jenny, in somebody's defense.
That's to put anybody off.
Yes.
Listen, Jenny, in somebody's defense, I saw the leg moving, so it's starting to happen slowly.
That's about as moving as it gets.
It's taken how many blooms?
No,
okay.
but you know what they did? They did say the egg has to be cracked from the inside, not the outside. The life happens when the egg is cracked from the inside. It's happening.
Mandy,
so we'll have to have mini blooms.
Mandy, my foot after all these years also twitches now and again. So don't worry.
Yeah.
Come to my house, I'll give you lessons.
Norman, I'll just take you up, hey?
Yeah.
Some of us go mad, and I often say to people, especially like Manda, that don't know me in Bloem, I change. Bloem changes me, and it's just like wow. But
it wasn't too bad.
Good. It's good to let your hair down amongst friends and family, because then you get to know each other more intimately. And all of us were what we are. Sean was what he is. I don't know where we come with our same parents, because that's totally
But we still love you, Jenny.
Genetic defect.
Thank you. But if you can't get to Bloem, start planning. I've already told that lady there that we're coming and we're going to fill that place up. Cheetah rugby fans, sorry, they've lost out. We are, Osprey is taking over Beaumont next year.
Belmont.
Our pastor was there. Our pastor was there.
Okay.
Maybe those are
Lovely.
people who came in late.
Yeah, probably.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, just something I
When
wanted
our
to
pip,
say.
he was looking.
Yeah. I just want to say, what about Pretoria? I'll come back to you, Sean, because it's your turn next to just share little nuggets. Pretoria, I'm going to try and get us a place that we all together. Because Jenny, I agree with you. So if anybody's got any ideas, Jen, you remember that place that you actually stayed in last time? It was quite nice in Pretoria. We stayed in some place it was okay, except unfortunately we didn't fill it, and we had some Chinese people in the one room or something, which I would have preferred our team. But yeah, even if it's not
Sean, speak up.
the venue. Did you
Yes.
find something, Sean?
Yes, I have. There's a place.
Go to 3,000 Rand.
No, it's at what works out at? It's about 800 Rand per night or something.
Oh, God.
Can you not hear me?
Okay.
Okay. It works out
No,
about, it was about the same cost as Belmont.
okay.
And
I'm
it's-
going to try and
it's a
get
place called
our
Trilogy.
township. Trilogy.
Yeah,
Trilogy. Okay.
it's the Mainland Main luxury apartments.
And we
And
can
Okay.
start now. It's
Yeah.
a good idea.
I've already booked our rooms over there, so I'll just have to confirm with them on that. But it's already booked and paid, and it's literally within walking distance of the venue. I can see it out of the window,
Okay.
and each
So,
room
Sean-
looks like a hotel room, but it's a self-contained room because it's got a full-on little kitchen in it.
Okay. How many people sleep in there?
Okay, the one that we booked now, it's a 2-bedroomed apartment, so we've got 4 people staying there. But the
Okay.
others where we stayed last year, it's a single room, but each room has got a double bed. But you can take 2 or 3 for different apartments.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a house.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'm trying to get a house, a 3-bedroom house. That's
Hmm.
what I'm trying to
Well,
get.
this
I'm
one
just
was within. The reason I
you.
chose it is because it is within walking distance,
That's
Yeah.
and it's right there.
No, that's good. That's good.
There might be a house just behind there. I'm not too sure. I looked on booking.com. If you want to look for any of these things, look on booking.com.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
what
Can
I
you
found.
send me that number, Sean? Can you please send me that number?
I'll send you the information.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get it through my timeshare,
Okay.
and we can have it get accommodation cheaper, obviously, because we just have to pay the transfer. So yeah. Okay.
But that was
Just
a place
remember-
I found last year, which was very, very good.
Good.
just remember, I always say, before you go to Bloem, Jenny Holiday, what must a person do before they go to Bloem?
Take
Take a
pictures,
photograph.
take
a photograph.
photographs.
Why? Why?
We
Won't
change.
ever be the same again.
You'll never be the same. Now, looking at Amanda, if you hadn't got your picture there, I wouldn't have recognized you. Well done.
Oh,
That's-
so
Even Mandy, she looks different. And Ansi, I saw her at Knowles the other day, and I nearly walked past her. You know, it's frightening how
Oh,
you've
my
got to take
dear.
a picture of yourself. You're not going to be the same.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about Bloemfontein as well. A lot of the people I hadn't seen for a year, yet you strike up a conversation and carry on. as if you saw them yesterday.
100%.
Yes.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah,
And these
We're
are people
all
from
family.
all over and all different backgrounds.
that's right. Especially if you go to acres, eh?
Yeah.
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 But you know, you make such lasting friendships there. And these are going to see you through, because we've actually got people all over the world. And it's only by being at Bloem where they say, oh, I know someone there. And it's the friendships we build at Bloemfontein that help your own business where you can't be there. And even Australia and New Zealand, where we've got team there, it's the people we've met at Bloemfontein that, as you say, Sean, you don't see them even for 2 years or 4 years, and yet you can pick up the threads as proper friendship, like a family does there. So, which is good. Okay, who's next?
Sure.
Sean, go for it, Sean.
Well, I've done most of the talking here tonight, but yeah, it was for me. I'm obviously different, unique. I don't do the party vibe, and to be honest, that is what. To go back in my history, I was signed
Here
up
it comes.
many moons ago, when I was still a bachelor and very shy.
Okay.
And I went, in fact, it was, thinking back, Charlie was probably about a 1 ruby at the time. And
Sure.
I went to essentially an ADT, and they told us you need to dress in business attire. I didn't really own any at that stage. I still don't. And then I watched these people jumping up and down on chairs and parading around, and that put me off.
Yeah, us
Because
too.
that's not me.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't do this dancing story. I enjoy the music. I listen, and it goes in. I love learning. That's me. But everybody can work at their own rate. If you want to dance, hey, go for it. If you want to be a stick in the mud like me, that's also okay, because nobody cares. But when it comes to the candlelight ceremony, everybody cares.
Yes.
Everybody takes part. And I
Yes.
always say to people before I go, Bloemfontein is exhausting. Physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Yeah.
And most people don't
Yes.
understand the emotionally part. Because you get back and I'm on such a high, but I'm finished. And that's why I always take a Monday off to recover.
Yeah,
But it's enough to keep you going. And it's just that highlight. And the scary bit was when Charlie finished off on Sunday, he said, in 90 days,
Yes.
in 90 days,
Yes.
convention or impact is happening in 90 days. It's obviously less than 90 days now. And that didn't even occur to me. So we're going to get a double boost, because we get another boost, but it's different to Bloemfontein. Bloemfontein is an absolutely unique experience, and you just actually have to be there. Yes, it's cold, but we survived, because it's a fire in that hall, and everybody pulls together. That's where you see team in action.
Correct.
And if I can just say, on Sunday morning, as we walked into the hall, Mozambique team was huge. And there's one guy, he's tall and lovely hair, you know the way they do it. And he walked up to the stage and he said to the team, come, we're going to breathe now. And they all started and they were moving. They were doing exercise like 1, 2, 3. Everybody just followed in. That was amazing. Nobody said, no, I'm not going, da, da, da. They just followed through and all did it.
But you know, Sean,
Yeah.
you were just saying about meeting up with people. When Debbie and I have been on the world team conferences, we've met people from Sweden and Germany and all over the world, from Mexico. and it's as if we haven't missed a beat. They are just so, it's such a united family all over the world. So, you know, you only see the little tip when you go to Bloem. You only see the little tip when you go to the convention or the summit. But when you go and you SAPA directors are going to get there, and we are on the beaches of the world with the world team members there, that's where you'll see, like Iriori. Debbie and I hadn't seen him for 4 years, the Italian guy. He came and he gave me a hug more than Charlie Tremendous. You know, so we're looking at people.
That must have been a hug.
It was a big hug, but it was that friendship bond that internationally it's the same everywhere over the world, and you'll only get the bigger picture as you start rising up. And now you've got the gates are open. There's nothing but yourselves are holding you back. What else is it? What hinders you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, I'm watching you guys. I'm watching you.
You can all do it.
Good. Watch this space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Charlie and Alta's words to me separately. You can do it.
You
Yeah.
can
I trust in you. I believe in you. You can do it.
Do it.
We
Yeah.
too.
Well,
You
if
just
John
have to
and
do
I
it.
can reach world team, I think anybody can.
Oh,
So the challenge is next year, Bloemfontein, everybody a minimum of 1 rank higher.
Yeah.
oh dear. Oh
And let's
dear.
bring another person with us. Let's try and bring a team with us. That's what makes it really. Just one more person we can add.
Okay, it looks as though we're almost finished. Anybody got something else to say?
Anyone who
Watch.
wants to?
The
The
eagle.
Eagles.
Rise.
Right.
Rising.
Higher.
Higher
Thank
and
you.
higher. Woohoo!
Oh.